Hi everyone, thought I'd just do a short video on my little cheapy greenhouse I bought in autumn. I put all the good plants out to video, but this is just what's left in there. As you can see, it's jam-packed. It's been a bit of a steep learning curve. I had a few plants get cooked at the start in autumn, mid-20s. It gets up to 40, 50 degrees in there. It is a cheapie, so it's only thin. It's a bit hard to regulate the temps, but it has done well for a lot of things. Anyway, onto the plants that have been growing in there. So there's Eugenia anthropophaga. That's actually done really well. Lots of new growth on that, and it's still flushing. Plenty of fresh growth coming. So that's really increased in size in the few months it's been in there. Lemon champerjack, it's just a seedling. So that's still currently growing. Looks like it needs a bit of a feed. Haven't given them too much TLC in there other than watering them, but yeah, the extreme heat when you're in Perth, you get those sunny days, low 20s, it gets like 40 degrees plus in there. So yeah, got to manage that. The grafted lukes, as you can see, push them leaves out early, and there's some more coming out down there. So that's good. That's pushing because they're pretty slow growing. So it's not too far off. Maybe pushing another set of leaves out the top. Russell's sweet. These things are a real pain to grow in Perth. Keep them alive, they never seem to thrive. I do have a slightly healthier one in the ground, although this one has more leaves. That's a seedling Madruno. It's actually pushing out some new growth there at the top. It's actually pushing up nicely in there. Again, not one that seems to thrive. Well, not yet anyway. Hopefully it takes off. Rainforest plum, Eugenia candelina. That's done well in there. Still pushing growth. This is one that got a bit cooked at the start when I first put everything in there. I had to put some shade cloth up inside the roof just to stop that sun a bit, and then yeah, just manage that heat. But I do have a heater in there, so it only gets down to about 8-9 degrees overnight when it's sort of 1 or 2 degrees outside, so not too bad. Keeping things alive. Yellow cherry of the Rio Grande, that's doing really well. Plenty of new growth. Happy with that. Apologies, I just had to cut the video there. Someone at the door and the dogs are going crazy. All right, E4 Abiu seedling. That's done really well in there. They say these things love the heat. I know they're pretty hard to grow in Perth outdoors. I believe there are a couple of people successfully doing it. Certainly not a plant that's going to thrive, but it's doing all right. Anona macroprofilata, is it? Yep. The pink llama. Not looking the healthiest. Did shoot a couple of new leaves there. Some fell off. I think I've got to put a fan in there because a lot of the new growth seems really supple. I guess high humidity, no wind, so I should probably put a fan in there to harden the new growth off before I start transitioning plants out in spring. But yeah, at least hasn't died, hasn't gone backwards too much other than the leaves getting a bit tatty, but hoping that takes off. Probably didn't even need to go in there, to be honest, but we'll see. I'd rather err on the side of caution. Patangas. This one here, Black Beauty. That's doing all right. It's growing well in there. Patanga's pretty hardy anyway. Again, they probably would have survived fine outside, but why not give them extra warmth? This one's the orange one. There's Archie. Hello. He needs his eyes cleaned. Yeah, orange Patanga. It's growing well. What's this one? I think Eugenia Florida. Yes, it is. Yeah, I got that as a tiny seedling, but I've just fertilised these the other day. Everything in there because a lot of stuff was looking deficient. Starting to prep things for coming out. Eugenia stipitata, or is it Ratsa boy? Yeah, lots of new growth on that. That's done well in there. I did have one once before and it died on me over winter, so it wasn't as big though. So whether it's just a size thing or they need that warmth, but happy with how that's growing. That's my firewood in case you weren't wondering. Jarrah predominantly. I'll go cut it myself. This one, this is one of the main casualties when they first went in the greenhouse. That's a grafted Lindero, Garcinia Lindero. So I was a bit disappointed about that. but hey, it's not dead. Still got some green leaves above the graft anyway. The ones below the graft seem to be fine, but yeah, that should hopefully come back. Garcinias seem to be pretty slow growing here, sorry, with the lack of humidity, but we'll see. Now this one's Garcinia SPPQ. Don't ask me what that stands for. That got a little bit burnt, nowhere near as bad, but that's got some new growth that's pushed out, so happy with that. Onto the mangoes. This one was a coconut cream. Yeah, a whole heap of American ones came in, so I grabbed coconut cream. About to push some new growth out the top. Already pushed a few leaves out in there. The one next to it, a bit bigger, is the Kasturi. They're from Borneo, I believe. You can see this is what I'm talking about, that new growth. It's just really supple and tender. So I need to get a fan in there, get a bit of airflow happening, I think. Those leaves were already not as bad as that, but they were a little bit crispy on the edges when it went in there. So, but seems to have lapped up the warmth in there, coming from Borneo, I'd imagine it would. And then finally, one of the jackfruits, a durian variety. So not a lot of info on them, as I've mentioned in other videos. Meant to have a flavour or smell reminiscent of durian. Be nice if it tasted like durian, but I'll just be happy if I can get it to fruit. Yeah, jackfruit are doable in Perth. There are quite a few big ones around. Not heaps, but they do grow. But I think it's a matter of getting them to a certain size. But yeah, I'll probably keep that one in the greenhouse, or in a pot, to say, through summer. Greenhouse next winter, prune it, you know, so it stays under the roof height, and plant it out the following spring. Just try and really bush it up and get it nice thick trunk on it. But yeah, so that's my greenhouse plants at the moment. All right, hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching.